One main thrust of this campaign to designate Greater Toledo as a compassionate community is to shine light on the compassion that already exists here in our community. There will be an official designation ceremony with proclamations from city governments, but we do not intend this to be a mere PR event, some feel-good moment. An important part of the campaign will be some goal-setting sessions to apply compassionate action to existing critical issues over at least a 5-year period. We already have a list of generous partners. Although the campaign started as an initiative of the MultiFaith Council, we seek broad-based grassroots support from media, corporate, civic, nonprofit, educational, and government groups. Several individuals have also partnered with us. The Charter for Compassion was envisioned by Karen Armstrong, author of many scholarly books on the world's religions. She was awarded $100,000 and the right to make a wish in her acceptance speech for a 2008 TED Prize. Her wish was for leaders of all the world religions to acknowledge in a concise charter their core value of compassion. She received tens of thousands of idea submissions from religious and secular leaders worldwide. The resulting charter, a one-page distillation of all of these ideas, was unveiled in November 2009. Seattle, Washington initiated the concept of a designation as a compassionate city. They celebrated with a 2-day citywide event that set the course for a 10-year campaign to encourage other cities to designate as compassionate cities. We currently have 8 cities or regions who have officially been designated as compassionate cities. Toledo, Ohio is one of 75 candidates worldwide who are in the designation process. Many people, upon first hearing of the concept, ask, just what is a compassionate city? Compassionate Seattle includes in its definition that a compassionate city or region uses compassion in its policy decisions and encourages its citizens to be compassionate to their neighbors. In many ways, many citizens of Greater Toledo already embrace these 2 strands. In an era of hard economic times, some people cannot focus on anything other than the necessity for more jobs and a balanced budget. They may not see the value of a designation of a compassionate community. Greg Fisher, mayor of Louisville, the largest compassionate city in America, expresses well how a reputation as a city of compassion can define a community where people want to live and where companies want to locate. This campaign is largely self-defining. For a compassionate community to be genuine, it requires a strong grassroots base. The community needs to ask its mayor to proclaim the community as compassionate. Broad spectrums of citizens need to meet and set goals to work toward a vision of compassionate solutions to current issues. And the community should share its ideas and progress with other compassionate cities or candidates. We have already made an impressive start. We were event partners for the Charter for Compassion even before it was unveiled, and we are an official candidate. We have established an online presence with a website, a Facebook page, and a Twitter account. We have met with Mayor Bell's representatives and have received a letter of endorsement from Mayor Bell. We launched the campaign at our 10th annual MultiFaith banquet in 2011 and began gathering partners. At the 2012 MultiFaith banquet, we inducted our first 18 Heroes of Compassion. It was thrilling to say thank you to these largely unsung heroes who are doing incredible compassionate work to make our community a better place. At our picnic in June, Marcy Kaptur presented certificates of congressional recognition to these heroes. The plaque is only started. We have room for more heroes and truly want to recognize additional heroes each year. We have had the opportunity to tell the story of our campaign on television, radio, and in the newspapers. Artist Jeff Zawadny created our beautiful logo. We created and printed postcards for wide distribution. Our donors may display their support. Last November, we invited filmmakers Cynthia Lucas and Kel Kearns to a premiere area screening of their award-winning documentary. It showed how attendees of the 2011 Parliament of the World's Religions took compassion back to their communities. We are encouraging the reading and discussion of Karen Armstrong's 12 Steps to a Compassionate Life. We want to develop a more complete steering committee to be compassion ambassadors. We want to broaden the base of our partnerships to include a good representation of all citizens. You can help us by encouraging the organization that you represent today to engage with us in this campaign. We need to design the multiple components of a designation celebration or simultaneous ceremonies to include showcasing the compassionate stories of Greater Toledo. Other celebration components might include community service days, visioning and goal setting to apply compassion to critical issues, artistic presentations, and social events. Help reach the goal of 100,000 affirmations of the Charter for Compassion. Visit our website and share your personal stories of compassion, or nominate a hero of compassion. Like us on Facebook. Engage in compassionate action. The organization that you represent may already be engaged in compassionate work. Share your story with us. One example of compassionate action is the growing community garden movement that encourages values held in common: caring for the earth, improving urban nutrition, sharing with the less fortunate, reconnecting youth to healthy lifestyles. Share our postcard with your contacts. Commit to encouraging the organization or organizations that you represent to join our campaign. If each of you added just one more partner to our network, we could really gain momentum. We have a wish list of ideas. You might choose to help bring a wish to fruition, or you may have an idea of your own to share with us. People want to hear positive stories. Help us raise the visibility of compassion in our community and raise up real heroes for our young people. Most of all, we invite you to leave here with a better understanding of the Greater Toledo Compassionate Community Campaign. We will now have some time for questions and answers, discussion, and brainstorming. But before you leave, please write at least one commitment on your 3x5 card. Be sure to include your name and contact information. These are just a few of the connections that we would like to make. Can you help us? If you have additional ideas, please let us know. Let's designate Greater Toledo a compassionate community.